Hi, I'm Delusion Dispeller, and I'm here to talk to you more about what you may experience after the abuse of a narcissist, and sometimes in the relationship. Okay, first of all, you might have trouble focusing. You may find your mind wandering into these daydreams and thinking about the narcissist, especially if your relationship was very time oriented. The narcissist always came by and picked you up at 2, and you would go to the movies, and then you'd go out to eat at this certain restaurant. So every day at 2, even once the relationship is over, you're remembering this, you're expecting this. See, your mind, your brain, I should say, has little tiny tubes called neurons, and these neurons have messages in them, and every time you have an experience, there's like a little message that gets etched into that neuron pathway. And if you do that long enough, some people say it takes about 21 days for this to happen. Some scientists say that. You form a message or messages that repeat over and over and over again to yourself till they become very real. And even if they're not actually happening, your brain experiences them as if they are happening. So at 2 o'clock, if you used to do these things, at 2 o'clock, your brain is thinking, oh wow, look at the clock, it's 2 o'clock. This is the time when she or he used to do this. And then you start feeling this gnawing sadness and pain and loss every time, over and over and over again. One of the YouTube producers on here talks about peptide addiction, and very much so. This, I believe, is part of that. This addiction that you have to this very unhealthy person, this very toxic person that you are so drawn to, and yet it's over. You're not going to see them again. They've already done their hovering where they keep coming back and calling you back, and this time it's really over. You know it. It's done. Maybe they've moved out of state or whatever, and they just don't bother with you. But yet you still are feeling this gnawing feeling like you want to be with them. Very common. And then you find your mind wandering, like I said, in trouble focusing. Another thing you might discover is you're very defensive. Somebody will say something to you, and they don't mean anything by it harmful, but your automatic reaction is, what do you mean by that? Why'd you say that? Do you have something you want to tell me? I mean, you're just like suspicious, defensive, snappy. You're used to being hurt. Your defenses are way up. You got this wall in front of you. And don't you dare cross me, because I will bite your head off. Defensiveness, very common. I believe the defensiveness stems from part of post-traumatic stress disorder, which I honestly believe most severely abused narcissist victims probably have PTSD. I don't think diagnoses sometimes catch this with abuse victims. And I think it should be one of the most commonly diagnosed things in people that have been abused. Because honestly, it makes sense. You were on edge for the good part of the relationship. There were things done to trigger you. And there were bad things done that can cause nightmares and flashbacks. It makes sense, the PTSD diagnosis. So I think it should be probably a more commonly diagnosed label given to people that have been narcissistically abused. You may be confused. You may not trust who people are. You may be very hesitant. This is part of that lack of trust. You don't know who you can trust. You don't know if they really are who they say they are, or if they really did what they said they did, because the narcissist made up all kinds of stories and you believed them. But this person in front of you, that's not the narcissist, but they're telling you they did these things, this new friend that you have, and you're like, yeah, sure you did. I'll have to believe it to see it. Very common. Being confused about somebody, are they telling me the truth? Are they doing this just so I like them? Are they doing this so they don't have to tell me what they think of me? I mean, all these thoughts will run through your head. It just really throws off your whole sense of believing in people, I guess you could say. Anyway, I'll be back with some more. Thanks for watching. Definitely, if you need help, delusiondispeller@gmail.com. You can join my Facebook. I'd love to see you and talk with you. Definitely eyes wide open, moving forward. Always moving forward. Don't stay stuck. If you need help, I'm here. Therapists are there. There's people that can help. I got videos that can help. Reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day. Stay tuned. And remember, subscribe. Thanks.